Hello, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. Today we are going to be learning about prefixes and suffixes. Whoa! And we have a special guest, Miss Radical Reader.
Hi.
She, as the mathematician magician was, will be doing this over Zoom because we just want to stay COVID friendly, and we hope y'all are all wearing y'all's masks and staying safe too. So it's almost Thanksgiving. So we're going to do some Thanksgiving prefixes and suffixes. But before we do that, we have to learn about them first. Do you want to read on the definitions, Miss Radical Reader?
Sure. A prefix is placed at the beginning of a word to modify a word or change its meaning.
That is correct. And what she means by that is, one second, let me get the pointer, is like a prefix. Pre is a prefix, which is, I think, is funny because prefix, pre. Okay, sorry. But yeah, so it'll change the meaning of the word whenever you have a prefix added. A suffix is, that's supposed to say is, not I, is placed at the end of the word to modify a word or change meaning. Pretty much they're like prefixes, but instead they go at the end of a word instead of at the beginning. And do you want to find what a root word is, Miss Radical Reader?
Sure. A root word is the word that is before the prefix or the suffix is added.
It's, sorry, Miss Radical Reader, but it's the root word is before the suffix or after the prefix. Whoops, I kind of messed up that real quick, so let me change up my writing once. Sorry about that, guys. I misplaced a word or two, and so that it is before the suffix or after the prefix. It's a word that does not change. So give me an example that has a prefix or suffix, Miss Radical Reader.
Reread.
Reread. Good example, Miss Radical Reader. So that word, read, would be the root word because if you added an ed, like readed or something, it would still be the word read. It just would have a different meaning. So some prefix examples would be, one second, guys. Some prefix examples would be like re, which is to do it again. And an example would be rewrite. Do you have an example, Miss Radical Reader?
Yes. So I have the prefix on, which means not, and a word for that would be undo.
Pre is before, it is before, as in prefix, because it is before the word. But my example was pre-made. Oh, whoops, ignore that. Okay, do you want to do the next one, Miss Radical Reader?
Sure. I have the prefix dis, which means not, which would mean dishonest.
And you don't want to be dishonest, nor do you want to misbehave, which just so happens to be our next word. Misbehave means it's wrong or it's bad. The prefix miss means it's wrong or it's bad. So it's bad to misbehave. Yeah, like misplace, you wrongly placed it. That is the suffixes. One second. Not or non means not, like non-fiction. Sorry, Miss Radical Reader. I just got so excited I took the next one too. You can do this one. Hello, Radical Reader. There? Oh, whoopsies. Radical Reader. Oh, we can't hear her for some reason. So I'll go ahead and take the next one. The next one would be like, oh, whoops, that's the wrong page. Sorry, guys. I'm still kind of new to this. The next one would be able, as in like able to do something. So this one we use quite a bit. So like comfortable would be a good example because you're able to be comfortable. So yeah, that's able for you. Ignore that, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this menu little button over here, but it's not working. Okay, so full would be like full of, which means like grateful, because you're full of greatness. Okay, guys, so grateful is full of, which is grateful. Whoops. Okay, next one, Miss Radical Reader. Hello? Radical Reader. Oh, well, clearly we can't. Yes?
The next one is ing.
Mm-hmm.
I-N-G, which means action, like reading.
Uh-huh. And ness is a state or condition. So kindness, it is like you're in a state of kindness. And so this one is a really fun. Okay, now for the next one, Radical Reader.
Is L-Y forming an action?
Adjective.
Adjective, sorry. And the word would be clearly.
Uh-huh, that is a good example, Miss.
See, guys, even the professionals like us mess up sometimes.
Plus, Miss Radical Reader, she's doing it over a Zoom call. So it's really hard for her to hear or see anything that we're doing. So she messes up a little, that's why. And then the last one is ER. I'm sure you've heard this one quite a bit because it's one of the most famous ones. This one and ing. And so ER is comparative, like big, bigger, biggest. Should have done EST, but we didn't, but that's okay. All right, here are some examples. Figure out what the prefix or the suffix is. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. But you can also pause the video to do it too. Okay, I hope y'all had time to do this. So our first example is I had to reheat my turkey. What would be the prefix, Miss Radical Reader?
Re.
That is correct. If you put re, you are correct. The Pilgrims were unhappy their first winter. What would be the prefix or suffix?
Un.
Would that be a prefix or a suffix?
It would be a prefix.
That is correct. Many sadly lost their lives. What would that be, prefix or suffix?
Suffix.
What is the suffix?
Sadly?
Correct. No, incorrect. That is the word. The suffix would be ly, and sad would be the root word, as we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
I am thankful for my family. This one is full would be the suffix, and it is suffix, or however y'all say it nowadays with y'all's fancy words. And thank would be the root word. All the pie will disappear before I get any. What is that? Would that be a prefix or a suffix, Miss Radical Reader?
Be a prefix.
That is correct. And what would the prefix be?
Dis.
Correct again. And the root word would be appear. Don't be wasteful of any food you will not eat. What would be the prefix or the suffix? You don't know, you say? It would be FUL, full, but never spell it WASTEFULL. It's always with one L unless you're spelling the word like I'm full of food.
Yeah. And you may be correct, but yes.
And that is all that we have today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, and this video would be perfect for Edpuzzle, I hope. So be sure to tell your teachers all about us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, my computer is working. Love y'all. Love you guys. Y'all are great.